Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to the vlog. Today's video is just going to be some random stuff because, as you know, if it can and it will always go wrong. So anyway, let's get into it and jump off into today's video. All right, so if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. Share these videos with your friends, whatever you got to do to help support the channel, because we are trying to make moves all the time. So we're going to be stripping down this engine. I don't know if I brought it up in the last video, but we have an issue, fairly minor issue, but I figured out why they had all the gobdobber welds on there and why they had a hose clamp holding the starter on. It's not only because this bolt's completely screwed, but also the other bolt is completely screwed on this thing to hold the starter on. So everything else with the motor seems to be in good condition. Like I said, we're going to tear it down today and find out more what's going on with it and everything. But once I get this thing torn down, I'm going to have to send a block off to somebody to get those repaired, or I may try to repair them myself. Definitely not going to do what this guy did. That is a bunch of boo-boo bull crap. Also, I put the wideband in City Sancho and that didn't work out too great because AM sent me a crap wideband. Oh, my keys are inside. I'm not going to worry about it. But anyway, after doing all that work to get that guy installed there, turns out that the gauge itself is bad. It just sticks at 14.7. I was thinking it was a sensor, but I troubleshot everything. It's all pointing back to that AM wideband gauge. So I'm gonna have to get a new gauge. But yeah, guys, let's hop off and start tearing down this engine.
Let them know that I did it, I ain't never need nobody. Let them know that the money coming, never changing nothing. Let them know I ain't worried if they ever saying something. Let them know that I'm coming and you know I'm ready for it. I'm back again and I'm ready for it. I'm about to blow like any moment. Had to go hit another level, I'm ready now for a new opponent. They gon' be comparing me, but I can't compete, I'm a lone soldier.
All right, well, as you can see, we got the Iron Block LS stripped down. All the pistons, crank, cams right there. I probably am gonna throw it in that bag, spray it down, just lube it up. That way I can store it for a little while I send this guy off to get freshened up and cleaned up. I don't know exactly where I'm gonna send it because everybody here locally is saying they have like a 6-month lead time to even get this stuff in. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that, but we'll figure it out shortly.
One eternity later.
I was just outside prepping everything, getting the truck loaded up, talking about the plan for today with the girlfriend and everything, and then it was beautiful. Looked nice and clear, kind of like you see past the rain here. And I went outside to go film the intro, which I'm on a time schedule today, and it's just pouring rain. A little update on the LS block. I'll show y'all here in a little while, hopefully after it stops raining. But the LS block that I pulled out of the Tahoe ended up being no good. So we have a junk, well, I wouldn't say junk, it's just not worth my time to put money into, especially when I found a balanced crank LS block for cheap on Facebook Marketplace. So I have a good block sitting in the back of the truck getting rained on. Luckily it's in a trash bag. I don't know if you can see it back there, but I did bag it up really well because I was expecting the rain. Just wasn't expecting it right away. It's actually ready to be assembled. So hopefully here towards the end of the video, I'll have it on an engine stand. We'll be able to go through it and everything. But for now, let's just enjoy this drive and this beautiful rain. I guess I could turn the windshield wipers on. That would help. It doesn't make sense to do it after I get outside the rain. But it's okay because I got like Rain X or whatever in the damn reservoir. So all that stuff was beating off. Watching, look how beautiful this is. See, this is South Texas for you. You know, it's storming its ass off over on top of my house, but you drive just 1 mile and you got nice, beautiful, clear skies. Yeah, so I'm running to the bank this morning. I'm gonna deposit some money that I made off of the Tahoe, and then we're gonna go pick up the engine stand so we can get this engine out of the back of the truck, get it on a stand. Anyway, let me go get my rat killing done this morning, and we'll carry on with the video. All right, so it was a fun trip over here to storage. Got the old block there, the new block here. Like I said, I want to get this thing out and on an engine stand ASAP, just kind of go over a few things on it. Crank is riding passenger with me, and she's being a good girl. And yeah, so I know it's been a while since y'all seen storage, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the storage and I don't know, check out the moist ram in its natural habitat because it's just been staying parked. And I screwed up and left it off the battery tender, so it is most likely completely dead. The crap, yeah, I screwed up there. I don't even know where I put the keys. There they are. Oh, I'm gonna get lucky because I've been keeping it on the battery tender so much. It might actually start. Hang on. South Texas, it will destroy my battery. I figured out what my battery problem was, and it was keeping the truck parked in the storage for like 2 or 3 weeks at a time and then coming and trying to start it. Doesn't work. They have a parasitic draw from the factory. I know that, I figured that out. But the deal is just being in this hot storage area and it's sitting here cooking, it actually drains the charge on that battery. So figured out my battery issue. It hasn't been on the charger in 2 weeks and it started right up. So done with that. I just have to put a battery tender on it when I'm not planning on driving it, and I have to wash it all the time. Dark colors. Anyway, let's get this thing moved out so I can get my engine stand. My engine stand's over there by a little blue. And yeah, man, that gauge cluster looks so sick now. I love it, especially with the ABS light on and the seat belt and the traction control. It's awesome. All right, I'm gonna let this thing idle, let it put a little bit of a charge on the battery by itself. Sounds so nasty. This one in the back of City Sancho is gonna sound way nastier. All right, so we got my engine stand all disassembled, that way I can store it away. I'm gonna get this thing out. Oh look, just another LS block laying around. Wonder why. Let me get this shit together. We'll get back to the house and I'll show you more about the block. We're back at home base and the weather is complete ass. It's clear, but also rainy, yet clear. Right now it's not raining, so we finally got the block out of the back of the truck. Got it brought in here to the shop, and you can see why I was so confident in buying it. Shout out to Josh. I don't know his last name, but I met him on Facebook Marketplace. He actually had a friend post because he's not a big Facebooker. So be it, but shout out to Josh, dude, for hooking me up on that, because dude, $100 for this guy is a pretty sweet deal. Of course it is an unknown as far as like issues and stuff, but it's been to a machine shop. All the cylinders have already been honed. This is just grease and shit, but all the cylinders and stuff have already been honed. They have badass cross hatching in them. It's been resurfaced all the way around. The crank itself too, the crank that came with this engine, has been turned and balanced. They turned all the journals down. I guess there was a bearing issue. I don't know if I'm going to use this one. I'm pretty sure I am, just because this thing looks immaculate. It looks like a brand new crank now. So I probably will use that crank, especially since it's balanced. It's going to save me some money. But I need to mic everything and figure out what my tolerances are so I can get bearings and stuff on the way for this, so I can get a crank back in it. What's going on with the other engine is nuts. I took this to a machine shop strictly because I wanted to see what it would run to get this repaired. I knew that this hole is tapped out way too big. The thread size for this is like I want to say like 5, I can't remember. It's a small bolt. Sorry, it's like 90 degrees and humid as hell out here. So whenever I took it to the machine shop, he pointed out 2 things. One, this bolt right here, in order to redo it, it needs to be filled in. He was worried about this journal here, or this whatever you want to call it. That's a water jacket. That's part of the casting for water passages. And also there's an oil passage somewhere in this area as well. So if he went to go repair this, there's a very good chance that later on it will crack and it will fail. And he said, man, if you're gonna put a bunch of money into a motor, don't put money into one like this. I'd rather build a table out of that before passing this deal up. So this machine work and everything that's done to this engine is probably a couple $100 of work, and it's already done. So I moneyed up on that, paid $100 for the engine and crank. That thing's gonna go to scrap or maybe be built into a coffee table. I'd like to build a coffee table out of it, like I said. But this dude, way better condition, way more ready to start slapping together. In fact, I can go ahead and get online today, start ordering my bearings and gaskets and stuff for it. I'm gonna leave that for another video, so make sure to like and subscribe. But I'll tell you right now, with a balanced crank, some of you guys may know where I'm going with it. Update on the Tahoe, she's looking pretty naked. I've sold a lot of stuff off of it already. Rear bumper's gone, tail light's gone, some harness and stuff. Rear end, of course, is gone. Door handle's gone. Majority of the interior gone. Passenger fender gone. Grill, radiator support, engine, transmission sitting over there. I'm going to take a good hard look at it before I sell it, but I think I'm going to sell it. I really don't want to put a 4L60E in anything unless this one eats a 4L60E. but I'd also like to convert it to a 4L80 if it ever does. I have a friend of mine that has a transmission dyno. I may get a hold of him, take it over there, run it on a dyno, make sure it does everything it's supposed to, just to put that little solid piece of evidence in when I go to sell it, and also help the value of it if it is good. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. So we came back to Josh's house. Josh is the one that sold me the LS block. Everybody say hi to Josh. Josh, say hi to the channel.
How are you?
So yeah, so I was telling you about a Skyline, and dude, walk me through it. So how long have you had it?
Since 2016.
The R32 Sedan, they call it the Sedan, but man, this thing is just, I wish y'all could be here to see this in person. This thing is extremely clean inside and out.
Yeah, man, it's just front mount and downpipe. I did the fuel pump just as kind of preventative maintenance. It's a Tomei, but...
So did you have it imported yourself, or you bought it was already imported?
Driver Motorsports.
Driver Motorsports, nice. Well,
is who I recommend for anyone that's interested in a car like these.
cool, I'll find them and plug them in the lower end. Down in the comments. It sucks because I was telling y'all about the weather. The weather is shit today, and it's coming this way from Rockport, so I'd hate for him to bring this Chariot out and just get it absolutely thrashed by the weather. So we won't do that today. Maybe we can do it down the road or something, or catch them on a cruise night or something.
Oh, absolutely.
Hook back up, but man, yeah, this thing's just insane. All original interior, of course.
Other than the seat,
other than the bride's seat, yeah, which is
that came with the car. That wasn't even the importer didn't do that. That was how it was in Japan.
Dang.
And then you can tell it's been used.
Yeah, it's been used. I mean, they treated it like anybody else would. Back in the day, it was too common for them.
Well, you know, in Japan, this car's, you know, it's like a Honda Civic over here. There's nothing to them. It's nothing special.
Nothing.
Which is, oh, look, a Skyline. Woo.
All
So when
original.
I got it, it was on KTS coilovers, which I did some digging. They're kind of like the Chinese, Japanese eBay type of deal. They were absolutely pooched, and last year I ended up putting a set of BC Racing coils on it.
Nice. Yeah, that's the way to go.
And then obviously the RPF ones.
Yeah, which are extremely clean.
It had some gold BBS staggered mesh wheels that were beautiful, but just the barrels needed refinished, and I was not trying to shell out the coin for that job.
I like the way it looks on these, though. It looks hard on these things.
Man, you can't go wrong with RPF ones. It was initially a factory side mount car, and I did the front mount, which was an Ultimate Racing kit, which, not the dog on them, but their quality of their kit is a little...
a little rough, huh?
The fit and finish, man, the charge piping and stuff like this, that doesn't...
Some assembly required.
Doesn't go anywhere. There's no instructions with it. The couplers were kind of junk. If you have one of these, I highly suggest staying away from Mishimoto. Spend the money on a Koya Rad. The fit and finish on this thing and the welds even on it, not impressed with the price.
Dang.
It does what it's supposed to do, but
I've heard that about some applications with Mishimoto. Sometimes it's rough.
I mean, for $300, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like if I would have spent $320, I could have got a Koya Rad. It had an HKS intake on it, which the filter ended up breaking down, and I just put one of those K&N cone ones just to get by. But
Nice.
it's been the most reliable car I've ever owned.
I'm glad to see that it's taken care of too, because I mean I've seen some of them make it over here to the U.S. and get dogged out. It's just like, why?
Man, I was wanting to really like truly restore it and do like the paint, but the stuff like the trim seals and stuff you can't get anymore.
Oh, dude, I
and
know.
I've had some shops give me quotes on it, and most people just really don't want to
touch it.
They don't want to touch it because like pulling the glass alone, like if you break a piece, you're talking $2,000 piece of glass.
Yeah, major liability.
Yeah, and I don't blame shops for not wanting to take something like that on. It's not worth it. No, but it'd be nice to see it done right.
I know what it's like because like I taken my Ram. I had the front bumper repainted on the Ram like 4 or 5 times I think, and every time I took it, it was like the first time the paint would just fall off, and then like the first time he had overspray all over the hood of the truck and all over the headlights and shit, and like brought the truck back to me like that. And I turned around, I was like, nope. So he fixed all that, cleaned it all up, looked great. Had it for like 2 weeks. Paint was just falling off of the fucking bumper, and just so on and so forth, dude. I went back to that guy like 3 times. Finally went to somebody else, and even.
What year was your truck?
2017.
17. Because I had a 14 2500. Man, the clear coat on that truck.
Yeah.
Was just
junk
falling off.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure out why.
Yeah.
And started doing some Googling, and apparently Dodge has some really
Yeah.
Really shoddy paint work.
Yeah. It's like somebody leans on it too hard. It literally ripples the fender.
Yeah, which is crazy because it's supposed to be a truck.
Yeah. It's it's supposed to be used like a truck. And here I am trying to treat it like a Barbie doll. And everybody's beating it up like it's Ken. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you letting us coming back by. And yeah, hopefully we get to see more of this thing in a later video, or maybe I'll put some clips up on Instagram. We're wanting to get some roller shots and some stuff out, like I said, outside of the garage, but I'm pretty sure that stuff's fixing to hit us pretty hard. So anyway, that's it for now. I'll catch you next time. We're at 361 Texas. We're out.